Have you ever stopped to wonder why you crave certain foods? Why something as simple as dark chocolate, a handful of nuts, or a spoonful of yogurt feels so necessary? Maybe those cravings aren't just about taste. Maybe they're quiet messages from your body, little whispers saying, "I want to stay here a little longer." Welcome to a space where we listen, not just to the noise of the world, but to the quiet wisdom of our own bodies. Today, we'll explore something beautifully simple: the foods we crave and what they might reveal about how our bodies are trying to protect us, heal us, and maybe even help us live longer. This isn't a list. It's a story, one that might just change the way you eat and the way you live. 1. Dark chocolate. Craving antioxidants and heart health. There's something almost magical about craving dark chocolate. Not just the bittersweet taste that melts on your tongue, but the way it whispers to your soul when the world feels too heavy, after a stressful day, a sleepless night, or a moment of quiet reflection. It's more than comfort food. It's a signal. A message from your body you may not even realize you're hearing. Scientists have discovered that when you crave dark chocolate, your body might actually be asking for magnesium, a mineral vital for over 300 functions in the body. But it goes deeper than that. Dark chocolate is rich in flavonoids, powerful antioxidants that protect your heart, reduce inflammation, and even support brain health. That tiny square of chocolate? It could be your heart's silent request for help. In fact, studies have shown that people who regularly eat small amounts of dark chocolate tend to have lower blood pressure, improved circulation, and reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. It's no coincidence. Your craving might be your body's quiet way of steering you toward longevity. But it's not just about physical health. There's something emotionally profound about chocolate. It stimulates the release of endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that ease pain and boost mood. It soothes. It comforts. It connects us to memories of a mother's kitchen, a childhood reward, a quiet moment of joy. So the next time you find yourself longing for a piece of dark chocolate, don't dismiss it as guilt or indulgence. Listen. Your body may be asking for protection. Your heart may be seeking a shield. Your brain may be crying out for calm. And maybe, just maybe, your soul is reaching for something that makes you feel human again. Because sometimes, the foods we crave aren't just about taste. They're about survival. About healing. And yes, about living longer. So savor it. You just might be giving your body exactly what it needs. 2. Avocados. A desire for healthy fats and brain protection. There's a reason why your body might be whispering for avocados, and it's not just about their creamy texture or trendy toast status. A craving for avocados often signals your body's deep need for nourishment, specifically, healthy fats that fuel your brain, protect your heart, and stabilize your mood. Rich in monounsaturated fats, avocados provide a clean-burning source of energy that supports the brain's delicate networks. These fats aren't stored as unwanted weight the way processed oils are. Instead, they're metabolized to support cell membranes and cognitive function. But the benefits don't stop at fat. Avocados are also loaded with potassium, more than a banana, in fact, and potassium is essential for maintaining steady blood pressure, a cornerstone of heart health. When your heart and brain are working in harmony, your entire body thrives. That quiet craving for avocado might be your body reaching for balance, for steadiness in a world that often feels overwhelming. And there's more. Avocados are a rare fruit that contains lutein, a carotenoid linked not only to eye health, but also to improved memory and cognition in aging adults. Studies show that diets rich in lutein and healthy fats may slow cognitive decline and even reduce the risk of Alzheimer's. Emotionally, avocado cravings can arise in times of stress or mental fatigue. Their nutrient density offers not just physical replenishment but emotional grounding, a sense of fullness and calm when life feels scattered. In cultures across the world, from Mexico to the Mediterranean, avocados have long been associated with vitality and life-giving sustenance. So when you find yourself longing for that green richness, whether in a salad, on toast, or straight from the spoon, pause and listen. It might be more than just taste. It might be your brain calling out for protection. your heart reaching for strength, your cells craving longevity. And honoring that craving? It might just be one of the smartest decisions you make for your future self. 3. Berries. A sweet tooth for anti-aging compounds. There's a reason your sweet tooth might lead you straight to a bowl of berries, and it's not just about their bright colors or juicy burst of flavor. Craving berries. Whether it's blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, or blackberries, could be your body's subtle way of asking for protection. These tiny fruits are loaded with anthocyanins, powerful plant compounds that give berries their rich red, blue, and purple hues. But anthocyanins do more than color your plate, they fight aging at the cellular level. When you crave berries, your body might be signaling a need for antioxidants to combat oxidative stress, the process that accelerates aging and contributes to chronic diseases. Berries are among the highest antioxidant foods on the planet. They work like tiny bodyguards, neutralizing free radicals that damage cells, break down collagen, and cloud your memory over time. Studies have linked regular berry consumption with improved brain function, better memory, and even a reduced risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. One long-term study found that older adults who ate berries regularly delayed cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years. That's not just sweet, it's powerful. But the magic doesn't stop at the brain. Berries also support heart health, help regulate blood sugar, and reduce inflammation throughout the body. Their fiber content nourishes your gut microbiome, an essential player in immune function and longevity. Emotionally, a craving for berries may rise when you're low on energy or feeling mentally foggy. There's something about their sweetness that doesn't weigh you down, a kind of light joy that refreshes rather than overwhelms. It's nature's candy, designed not just to delight your senses, but to heal your body. So if you find yourself craving a handful of berries, listen closely. That craving might not be about sugar at all. It might be your cells calling out for repair, your brain begging for clarity, your heart seeking a little extra protection for the long journey ahead. Because sometimes, the foods we crave aren't about indulgence. They're about survival. And choosing berries might just be choosing life. 4. Nuts. Hunger for longevity-boosting nutrients. There's a quiet kind of wisdom in craving nuts. Not flashy, not trendy, just simple, nourishing, and deeply satisfying. When your body craves almonds, walnuts, pistachios, or even cashews, it may be reaching for something more than just a snack. It might be signaling a need for longevity, one handful at a time. Nuts are nutritional powerhouses. They're packed with vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that protects your cells from aging. They deliver healthy fats, especially omega-3s, that reduce inflammation, support heart health, and nourish your brain. They're also rich in plant-based protein, fiber, and important minerals like magnesium, selenium, and zinc, which support everything from immune health to mood regulation. In fact, studies have shown that people who regularly eat nuts live longer. A 30-year study from Harvard found that those who consumed a small serving of nuts daily had a significantly lower risk of heart disease, cancer, and respiratory illnesses. And it didn't take much, just a palmful a day. But this craving isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional, too. When you're under stress, when life feels chaotic, or when you feel depleted, your body may crave the calming fats and slow-burning energy that nuts provide. They help stabilize blood sugar, reduce anxiety, and even support serotonin production, the neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of happiness and peace. Culturally, nuts have long been considered symbols of health and abundance. In the Mediterranean and in blue zone regions, where people consistently live the longest, nuts are a daily staple. Their presence in your diet isn't just nutritious, it's a quiet commitment to long-term vitality. So the next time your hand reaches for a handful of almonds or you find yourself thinking about walnuts in your salad, listen to that instinct. Your body might be whispering its desire to age well, to move longer, to remember more, to feel stronger. Because sometimes, longevity doesn't come from medicine or miracles. Sometimes, it comes from small, consistent choices. Like the handful of nuts you never thought twice about. And that craving? It might just be your body's way of saying, I want to keep going. 5. Fermented foods. A gut-driven craving. There's something ancient, and oddly comforting, about craving fermented foods. Whether it's the tang of yogurt, the sour crunch of sauerkraut, or the bold heat of kimchi, these flavors don't just wake up your taste buds, they speak directly to your gut. And that craving? It may be coming from deep within, from trillions of tiny organisms that call your digestive system home. When you crave fermented foods, your body might be signaling a need to restore balance in your gut microbiome, the ecosystem of bacteria that plays a vital role in digestion, immunity, and even emotional health. These foods are rich in probiotics, beneficial bacteria that strengthen the lining of your intestines, enhance nutrient absorption, and help reduce chronic inflammation. But the link between fermented foods and longevity goes far beyond digestion. Studies show that people with a diverse, well-balanced gut microbiome tend to live longer, healthier lives. That's because the gut is now understood to be a central player in the aging process, affecting everything from heart health to cognitive function. A healthy gut supports the immune system, regulates hormones, and even influences mood through the gut-brain axis. In fact, fermented foods have been a dietary staple in nearly every long-lived culture, from miso in Japan to kefir in Eastern Europe to natto in Okinawa. These traditions weren't just about preservation, they were about preservation of health. When your gut is out of balance, after antibiotics, during high stress, or due to poor diet, it can send signals in the form of cravings. That sudden desire for yogurt or kombucha might be your body's way of saying, I need help. I need repair. And on an emotional level, the tang and complexity of fermented foods can actually soothe. They stimulate dopamine and serotonin pathways, supporting mental clarity and emotional stability. So the next time you reach for something fermented, don't ignore that craving. It may be one of the smartest instincts you have. A craving from your second brain. A call from within. A quiet urge that just might add more vibrant years to your life. Because in the end, longevity isn't just about what you eat, it's about what your gut truly needs. 6. Oily fish. A craving for omega-3s and brain longevity. There's a primal pull to oily fish that many don't recognize until it surfaces as a craving. Subtle, persistent, almost instinctual. Maybe it's a sudden urge for salmon, or the savory richness of sardines or mackerel. That craving might not be random. It might be your brain reaching out for what it needs to age well. Oily fish are among the richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA and EPA, nutrients your body can't produce on its own, yet desperately needs. These fats are essential building blocks for your brain, your eyes, and your heart. They reduce inflammation, help regulate mood, improve memory, and even protect against cognitive decline. If you're craving oily fish, it could mean your body is low on these essential fats, especially if you're experiencing brain fog, mood swings, or chronic fatigue. Your body knows that omega-3s don't just fuel you for the moment, they nourish you for the years ahead. Studies have linked regular consumption of oily fish to a reduced risk of dementia, heart disease, and even age-related vision loss. Populations that eat fish frequently, like those in the Mediterranean and parts of Asia, consistently show higher life expectancy and lower rates of chronic illness. It's not just diet, it's biology aligning with wisdom. But beyond science, there's something emotionally grounding about fish. It's comfort without heaviness. Nourishment that feels clean, ancestral, familiar. In times of stress or emotional depletion, your body may seek the stabilizing, brain-boosting fats that oily fish offer. So when you find yourself craving tuna, grilled salmon, or even anchovies on toast, pause and pay attention. That hunger might be your nervous system reaching for equilibrium. Your brain signaling its need for clarity. Your heart asking for protection. Because when you honor that craving, you're not just feeding your appetite, you're feeding your future. And with every bite of omega-rich fish, you're giving your mind, your body, and your years ahead a better chance. 7. Leafy greens. Natural desire for nutrient density. There's something quietly powerful about craving leafy greens. It's not flashy like sugar, not comforting like carbs, but when you find yourself drawn to spinach, kale, arugula, or even romaine, your body might be sending a signal rooted in survival. Leafy greens are among the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. They're packed with folate, vitamin K, magnesium, iron, and a host of antioxidants that help repair DNA, support brain health, and slow the aging process. If you're craving them, it may mean your body is seeking deep cellular nourishment, something it's not getting from ultra-processed foods or sugary snacks. Research shows that people who eat leafy greens daily experience slower cognitive decline and reduced risk of Alzheimer's. That's not a coincidence. Greens like spinach and kale contain lutein and beta-carotene, compounds that preserve memory, protect vision, and even improve mood. Craving them may be your brain's quiet way of asking for backup. But it's more than just vitamins. The fiber in leafy greens feeds your gut microbiome, promoting better digestion, a stronger immune system, and reduced inflammation, all major contributors to a longer, healthier life. Emotionally, cravings for leafy greens can come during times of fatigue or burnout. When you feel weighed down, foggy, or unmotivated, your body may instinctively reach for the light, alkaline energy these greens provide. They detoxify. They refresh. They reset. And culturally, greens have always been tied to life and renewal, from the spring harvests of ancient civilizations to the healing herbs of traditional medicine. That craving may be ancestral, a built-in wisdom reminding you to nourish, not just feed, yourself. So when you feel the urge to pile greens onto your plate, lean into it. Your cells may be asking for longevity. Your brain may be calling for clarity. Your heart might be seeking quiet strength. Because sometimes, the foods we crave aren't about flavor at all, they're about function. And craving greens might just be your body's most hopeful message. I want to keep going. I want to thrive. 8. Beans and lentils. Craving for plant-based longevity. There's a humble power in craving beans and lentils, foods that rarely make headlines, but quietly carry the secret to a longer, healthier life. When you find yourself drawn to lentil soup, black beans, chickpeas, or a hearty bean chili, your body may be craving more than just comfort. It could be calling out for deep, plant-based nourishment, something rich in fiber, packed with protein, and loaded with nutrients your cells desperately need. Beans and lentils are staples in every blue zone in the world, those rare regions where people routinely live past 100. Why? Because these legumes aren't just food, they're fuel for longevity. They contain resistant starch and soluble fiber, which slow digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut. That means better digestion, less inflammation, and stronger immune function over time. Craving beans may also mean your body is low on key nutrients like iron, folate, magnesium, or potassium. These minerals help oxygenate your blood, maintain muscle function, and keep your heart rhythm steady. And because beans are naturally low in fat but high in protein, they offer energy and satiety without the heaviness of processed foods or red meat. But it's not just physical. There's something deeply emotional about beans and lentils. They're grounding. Wholesome. The kind of food you turn to when you want to feel full, not just in your stomach, but in your spirit. They're meals that warm you from the inside out, offering a sense of safety, of home, of peace. So if you find yourself craving a bowl of lentils or a burrito packed with black beans, don't ignore it. That hunger might be your body's way of reaching for stability, for healing, for a future that feels just a little bit longer, a little bit stronger, and a lot more vibrant. Because sometimes, the foods we crave aren't loud or exciting. They're quiet, steady, wise. And craving beans and lentils might just mean your body remembers how to live well and live long. In the end, maybe longevity isn't about strict diets or perfect habits. Maybe it's about listening to the quiet cravings, the comforting bites, the foods that feel like home. When your body speaks, listen with love. Because the things we crave might be the things that keep us here, whole and well, just a little bit longer. If this message touched you, let us know in the comments. What foods do you find yourself craving when life feels heavy or hopeful? And if this video gave you something to think about, please please like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe. We're building a community that believes food is more than fuel, it's a path to presence, healing, and maybe, more time. Don't forget to tap the bell, so you never miss what your body might be trying to tell you next.